Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be going through a trial separation. I've got an email from a viewer, and apparently he and his wife, after a 17-year marriage, she's basically moved out of the house. She's got a condo, and so like during the day when he's at work, she's there with the kids and stuff, and then when he comes home at night, she goes and chills out at her condo with whatever kids want to go back with her. So he obviously wants to know what to do so he can rekindle his romance. So he says, my wife and I are going through a trial separation. She says that after 17 years, she simply is not in love anymore. She has the opportunity to stay in a condo very close to our house, rent-free through this summer. During the day while I'm at work, she stays home with our 4 kids. Then in the evening, she goes to this new place, taking whichever kids want to go with her. We have agreed not to date other people. Her objective is to get some space, to find out if getting away for a little while will help the marriage. We see each other every day when I go to work. We are doing a 7-week marriage program that requires us to spend about an hour a day together. I don't know how to act while we are going through this. She knows she doesn't have feelings for me, but she's hanging on because of our 4 children. I don't think there's another man at this point. What should I do? And so first thing I would suggest to you is that you get a copy of my book, and on my website, underneath the email sign-up box is going to be the link that'll take you directly to the Amazon Kindle page. You can download the Amazon Kindle version of my book in under 60 seconds. And the great thing about Amazon is they have a free app, an e-reader app that you can download to an Android smartphone, an iPhone, an iPad, a tablet device, a PC, a Mac. And the great thing about it is once you download the free app, depending on the device you have, that whatever page you last left off on will be there on a different device when you log into that device's Kindle app. It's really cool. So that's first things first, because you need to learn the basics, because all the videos and the articles that are on my website are basically coaching guys and helping guys that are running into problems or challenges as they're trying to institute and learn and apply what they've learned from my book and on my articles and my videos. And so the thing that you got to understand that's important here is your wife's telling you she doesn't love you anymore. And the other thing that you got to understand about women is that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. That's just a scientific fact. There's been studies I've done on it, and a lot of my articles, I've linked back to those original studies. But the thing is that because your wife is basically moving away from you because she probably feels suffocated. More than likely, if you're like most of the guys that I talk to, is that at some point you stop putting your best foot forward, she stopped putting her best foot forward, you stopped dating and courting your wife, you probably did a lot of things that you just didn't know that you were doing wrong. And the other thing you got to consider, because obviously you're going to be asking yourself the question, is this the right woman for me? And you need a woman in your life that supports you and your purpose, meaning she supports your goals and your ambitions and your dreams, and she stands behind you. Now, if she's always been a woman that hasn't, then obviously it's pretty hard to have a relationship with a woman that doesn't support your core values and your mission in life. So as long as she supports that, then you got a chance at rekindling things. But the thing you got to consider, she says she has no feelings for you. And so spending more time around her is not going to cause her to have more and more feelings for you, because she spent so much time around you that she's actually trying to get away, and that's why she's gone ahead and moved into this condo part-time. And so subtle things that you can do during the day is you got to focus on yourself. Join a gym. Go back to the gym. Start taking care of yourself. Get a personal trainer. Start eating healthy. Take care of your body. Get focused on your career and your goals. And if you hate what you're doing for a living, then find a way that you can switch jobs or change jobs or go work for a company doing something you really want to do, that you really enjoy, that you have a passion for. Because the best thing that you can do to make yourself more attractive, not only to your wife, but to women in general, is to do something with your life for a job or a career or a business that's your purpose in life, that you love doing, the type of thing that when you think about it, it brings tears to your eyes. The type of thing that is just so emotionally compelling and exciting to you that you get up early to go to this job or to work in this business, and you stay up late at night just because you're excited about it and you're enthusiastic. You've got to have a passion for something. And as far as like with things you can do with your wife, like I talk about in my book, is using the phone or any kind of communication strictly to set a time to get together. And since you're going to see her every day, you should try to limit your phone contact as much as possible. In other words, when you leave, she should know when she's going to see you again and when the two of you are going to get together and talk, whatever it happens to be. In other words, what I'm saying is you don't want to be calling her 3 or 4 times a day, working on stuff with the kids or whatever. You should be busy, focused on your job, and doing the things that you need to do, and you'll get back to her when you've got time, unless it's some kind of big, huge emergency. But that way, if you can limit your contact, meaning, because a lot of guys in your situation are going to be thinking, oh my God, my wife's moving out, I got to pursue her and blow her phone up. And then they start blowing her phone up all day long when all that's going to do is drive her further away. And so by giving, she's the one that wants the space, let her go and have fun. Go do things with your buddies and your friends and just have fun in life and enjoy yourself. And then just go out and flirt with women and talk to different women and just have a good time. I mean, I know you guys have a commitment not to date other people, but there's nothing wrong with talking to other women. Just so you can apply and practice bantering and teasing and being playful with other women when you're not around your wife. So when you're around her, it starts to change the way you show up, meaning you start showing up in a more masculine and a stronger way. Because obviously what's happened is that she probably feels like she's lost herself a little bit in the relationship. Maybe she went along or took on a bunch of masks. In other words, in order to try to make you happy, she became something that she wasn't in order to make the marriage work. And vice versa. Those are things that you have to look at, too, as the man that you've possibly done. But like I said, the big thing is you got to read my book, because I'm sure there's a lot of things that you're doing and not doing. There's a lot of communication skills. Obviously, when you're around her, if she wants to talk, you got to get her to open up, and you got to get her to talk. And you say things like, tell me more, honey. What's on your mind? Don't leave anything out. What else? And every few minutes when she's telling you something, repeat some of it back to her and say, like, so when you said this, and this, or when that person at work got under your skin, or the person cut you off in traffic, or made you feel really pissed off, I'm like, oh, okay. Huh, what else? Tell me more. Don't leave anything out. You just get her to talk and open up and make sure she's doing 70 to 80% of the talking by asking questions. How was your day? What's going on? Anything I need to know about the kids, or whatever it happens to be. And when she leaves, like, great, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And I know you're doing some kind of a marriage program thing, and I don't know about what specifically you're doing. If you got a counselor, I think that's great and awesome for you. But the thing you got to keep in mind is that you want to put yourself in a position where your wife is going to be reaching out to you. In other words, I don't want you contacting her and calling her and sending her messages all day unless it's absolutely necessary. And so that way, when you see her in the morning, you plan things, and you'll just see her later at that night, because she wants space, right? So you've got to give her the space and the time to miss you. But if you're always calling her all throughout the day and you're texting about your kids all day long, there's absolutely no time for her to wonder what you're doing or what you're up to. And that's why I also say, like, when the weekends come, is that obviously if you guys are, I would imagine she'll spend time with the kids and you'll spend time with the kids. But you should have other things. You should have other interests. A big mistake a lot of people make when they get married or when they get a relationship is they stop hanging out with all their friends and people that cause them, that they had a full life with before they met their spouse or their significant other. And so two people get in a relationship, and then it's like they stop talking to and hanging out with all their friends, and it's like they completely lose who they are in the relationship. And also, I would say maybe once a week, you guys should go out to dinner. Just you, get a babysitter, and just you and her go to dinner. I mean, she says she wants to work it out, right? So have one night a week where you go and you guys have dinner together instead. I mean, I personally think that's a better way to go about it than trying to force yourself to be around each other every day. And because you want to just let your wife come and go as she pleases, because she's basically moving away because she doesn't feel anything for you, and she doesn't feel that there's anything there. And so in a way, she's kind of already, she's got one foot out the door, but since you guys have 4 kids together, she wants to make sure that there's absolutely nothing there. And if you're going to chasing her and blowing up her phone all the time because you're afraid of losing her, then I guarantee you eventually she will leave you and divorce your ass, and that's what will happen. But if you give her the space to just come and go as she pleases, and that way, if you've made arrangements prior, then you have no reason to call her or text her during the day other than maybe responding to one of her texts. And then take your time getting back to her unless it's some kind of emergency. Why? Because if all I know is if you were working for me, I'd be pretty pissed off if you were spending all day long doing Facebook chat or texting to your wife all day long. Because I've had guys that worked for me in the past and they were just fucking little weak men that their women would get pissed off if they didn't respond. I mean, I'd see them in a meeting. I was like, dude, we're having a meeting right now. And, they're furiously texting away on their cell phone. It's just a bad way to go. So if you have a question, and also the other thing I would suggest is you should book a paid phone coaching session with me so I can find out a little bit more detail on what's going on in your relationship. And you can do that by clicking the products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen on my website, and just follow the instructions. If you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response because I get a lot of email from the internet. And I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient and I will get back to you. I will talk to you soon.